Hi, Matt with eTrailer. You want to be able to carry a lot of those bigger, bulky items that just won't fit in your 2023 Hyundai Santa Fe because either they're really awkward, it's going to be pretty heavy to get in there, or they're going to be pretty ruggy, they might tear up some things, or they're dirty, they might have a lot of spillage to them, like concrete or mulch. So let's check out the eTrailer Cargo Carrier. So this is going to have plenty of space in it. Just to show you what we're talking about. We have this luggage bag right here. Really doesn't take up much room at all. Honestly, I could probably fit maybe about 4 or 5 of these, just depending on the size. Of course, when you are having anything in here, just grab some straps. I got an eTrailer one in my back pocket right now. But besides that, it can also carry up to 500 pounds, which is going to be quite a bit. Now, I kind of talked about how much space you can put in here, but let's get some exact measurements just to really see what I'm talking about. And the width is going to be about 60 inches. The length is going to be 24 inches. And the height is going to be a little bit over 5 inches. So that's plenty of space we're working with. What I'd recommend is just laying out whatever you want to haul or carry, measuring those items as well, just so you know if that will fit or not. Now, when you are putting things back here, they might block a few things. So I'd recommend keeping it below the 19-inch mark, because if you keep it above 19 inches, you're going to block your license plates and backup camera. But what's really nice is, in most cases, you won't block your hatch access. Now, you might come pretty close, but you shouldn't make any contact, no matter how high you stack this. But if you are really worried about it, or you have an item that really juts out at the top, what you can do is tilt this carrier away. And the way you're going to do that is we're going to have 2 sets of pins. Really, I only remove 1 set of them for most of my uses. And I'm just going to take this out. You notice it's still hanging up here because we have the supporting pin at the top. But if I just rotate this by 90 degrees, you can see we have a folding position too. That's going to be nice for those more compact situations. We'll talk a little bit more about that later on. But for when we want to tilt it, I'm actually going to remove this second pin just so show you what I'm talking about. And from here, if you do have those more awkward shaped items or anything you carry, maybe like a generator that juts out at the top, then it shouldn't make any contact with your hatch. But once you're done with that, you can just simply rotate this and put it back into the stow position. I'm going to put both my pins back here at the top. And next up, we can get a few measurements just how far this is going to stick away from your vehicle. Because that's really important to know if you're in some really tight spots, like a parking spot or garage. Because this is a pretty large carrier. They really give you what I'm talking about from our back bumper. This is going to stick at a little bit over 40 inches, which is pretty far. And for the ground clearance, that's going to be 14 inches. So that's going to be pretty far off the ground, and that's going to be thanks to this rise in our shank. Now, of course, if you are carrying a lot in here, this is going to probably drop down just a bit. As you can see, this is already dropping a few inches. But if you want to save on that space, because I was talking about this is great if you're going on that vacation, you're at the hotel, you got your luggage out, now you want to save some space. Now we can really look at that fold-up position. And really maneuvering this sometimes can be a little awkward. It's not too bad if you have 2 people to help, but it's definitely manageable still with just 1 person. Now what can happen is we do have this black powder coat finish on it, and that can really get in my way sometimes when I'm trying to push this pin through. But what it's doing for us is making this more weather resistant, so it's going to be less likely to rust because this is made out of a very durable steel. So if we measure from our back bumper to the back of the carrier, that is roughly going to be about 16 inches. That's going to save you a lot of space overall. Now, if you do have it in this position, it is going to block a few things. We are going to block our license plates and our backup camera, but your taillights and back window shouldn't be obstructed. And the way this is going to install is we're going to have a 2-inch shank that goes into a 2-inch hitch receiver. We'll have an anti-rattle bolt that goes through and secures to a nut. And what's nice about that anti-rattle bolt is it's going to prevent a lot of this from rattling, giving us a secure fit. And what's also going to make installing this a bit easier is going to be this collar. What this collar is designed to do is once you put it in one time, you can shift this up so it lines up with your receiver, so you don't have to really fight with trying to line up that pin. Well, that was just a look at the eTrailer Hitch Cargo Carrier. I'm Matt. Thanks for watching.